2009 Town of Mamakating Town Board meeting. We'll start with the basics again. Fire exits are marked, and bathrooms down this hallway and also down that hallway. Agendas are available back on the table there, along with some other handouts revolving around parks and recreation activities. Please help yourself. First item on tonight's agenda is our heavy truck purchase proposal, and we have with us tonight our Superintendent of Highways, Mr. Johnson, who will make this proposal presentation. Mr. Johnson.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I come to the town board tonight to make a proposal on two trucks, one 4x4 and one 10-wheel. What we're doing is 4x4, which is desperately needed, like everyone knows. So we took one out of service last winter, and what we have is a fully we have a full truck with the body, wing, plow, the whole 9 yards on it. It is a international Paystar, 410 horsepower. And 10 speed in it, and fully constructed for winter snow plowing. With a V-body on it. V-body is a stainless body, what we use for winter work. What we use it for in the summer is to pull our trailer around, to pull the equipment around it. And the second is a 10-wheeler, which is also desperately needed. It's also international. It's an international motor. It's with 430 horsepower, 10 speed, 14-foot body, which carries about 16 ton on it. And what it will do for us to get away from our single axles, it will cut down the trips going up and down the mountain, and save our fuel.
Rich, you want to explain why it saves the trips?
Why?
Yeah.
Carries more material.
Very good, thank you.
We'll carry 16 ton compared to about 7 ton, 6.5 to 7 ton on a single axle.
All right.
We'll cover county roads and town roads. So probably on a normal trip, we go out with about 3 loads on a Maston Lake run. Approximately, I don't have the numbers for that, I'm sorry about that. But, this will cut it down to about a load and a half.
And we're looking with an action now, we're looking at a delivery of January.
If we go into ordering after the first, we're going to get into the emissions, which boosts up $8,000 more each truck.
Is that what the southern figure is?
That's a state bid. This is all state bid items. Everything's New York State bid.
Sir, there are agendas back there on the table here. So we're looking at a total amount here of in excess of about $363,000, correct, for both?
For both.
And the equipment, that's additional equipment to put on the truck. So that's like the snow plow.
That's wing plow body, which is a combination body. So we can use it in the summer, we start the can in there, we use it for the winter, take the can out, we use it for the winter, has a chain. It's a hopper built right into the body. Combination body.
You know how many manufacturer spots are left, Rich? You know how many manufacturer spots are left?
Manufacturer spots?
Yeah. How many spots are left for manufacturing?
I still understand.
They have spots for manufacturing. They know how many trucks they can produce a year.
We can put the order in
We
now.
gotta put the order in, we gotta put it in tomorrow, is what I'm saying, because last Thursday, there were something like 700 or 400, excuse me, and then Friday there were only 200, and it's gonna drop, so this is something that we have to act on now.
We have no problem if we get the order in tomorrow, we have no problem getting the order, getting the trucks back by January.
How far into January, do you know?
That I'm not sure.
It said second week of January.
Second week.
Can you talk to me a little bit about the financing on this?
Well, that would kind of be on the board. Now, financing, we've been involved with, we're speaking to Mr. Ranger. I'm not sure where he's from. Bob, you do know where he's from.
Mr. Ranger's up from around the Utica, New York area. He's referred to us by a gentleman from Orange County Trust, and we've been in contact with him. His expertise is in the procurement of equipment and trucks for municipalities. He has received information from us revolving around our financial status, our budget, and the like. And he's offered a proposition to us in the form of a lease purchase agreement. Now, if you remember, we talked about this well over a year, going in that direction with such a purchase procedural process. What happens is you pay for the truck over a prescribed period of time. The amount you pay on an annual basis is obviously like at home when you buy a car. The number of years, the more number of years you've purchased the vehicle over, the lower the payment, the yearly payment. He has quoted to us some numbers predicated on a $400,000 lease purchase agreement. Very close to this because we're looking at about $363,000.
387.
Okay, whatever the amount is, I left my calculator in the other room. But nonetheless, and he's given us quotes for 5-year, 7-year, and 10-year periods. The payment on a 5-year period for a purchase of $400,000, amounting to $400,000, would be $92,000 a year for 5 years. Over a 7-year period, it would be $70,000 per year. And over a 10-year period, it would be $53,000 a year. Now that, mind you, is for these two trucks. The amount of interest on each of the years for the 5-year plan is 4.5%, 7 years 4.6, and for 10 years is 4.8. Now, whatever plan we choose, that interest rate is locked in for the period or the duration of the lease agreement. There's another way in which this can be purchased, and that's by going out and floating a bond. And with the bond, well, first of all, let me finish with the lease agreement. With the lease agreement, you have an annual line item in the budget, obviously, for each of the years that you have the agreement covers. Now, with a bond, the interest is variable. It has to be renegotiated on a yearly basis. The rate isn't fixed. And each time you negotiate the bond, you have to enlist the services of a bond attorney who then charges fees and there are associated tchotchkes that are added on. And we might get 0.25% difference in the interest rate, which could be eaten up in the additional fees and the like. And in addition to the bond, you have to hold a permissive referendum before the bond can be acquired. That's doing it the bond way, and I've already explained doing it the lease purchase agreement way. Also, the first payment with a lease purchase agreement can be deferred until 1 year. It would materialize the 2011 budget rather than 2010, should we decide to go in that direction and take that particular tack. So, please, any of you resemblance between someone who knows what he's talking about with bonds and myself is purely coincidental. It's all information that I obtained from Mr. Rainey.